As pets, birds are high maintenance animals, requiring a lot of attention and care from their owners. Parrots are even higher maintenance than other birds due to their highly social and intelligent nature. Aside from providing birds the right food to eat and enough playtime, it's essential for these pets to be housed in the right living conditions so that they can thrive in their homes. These are our top bird cage setup tips and tricks. Birds come in many different shapes and sizes. When looking for a cage, it's important to find the one that fits your bird's size. How do you find the right size cage for your bird though? Your bird should have enough room to move around freely and flap its wings comfortably without any obstructions from the cage or other birds. This cute budgie is going to show you that the width of a cage is more important than the height. A general rule of thumb is to get a cage that is twice the width of a bird's wingspan. So a bird with a 45-inch wingspan should be housed in a cage that is at least 90 inches wide. The cage needs to also fit well in the external space around it. You don't want a cage that is too awkwardly big in a room, be under heavy objects that can fall and hurt the bird, or be placed in a spot where it can be tipped over. Be aware that some rentable homes, apartments, and condos have strict policies against placement of large cages and ownership of some birds. Be sure to do your research by checking for these types of policies before buying or making a cage. Our bird is housed in two cages, a large black cage and a smaller white cage. We use the large cage as his main cage to play in most of the day and move around in more freely. The smaller white cage acts as a backup cage that we can transport more easily in different areas of the house or outdoors. He has toys and all the essential things that he needs in both cages. Birds like finches, canaries, and sparrows can be perfectly happy living in a cage with little to no toys as long as it's large. But look at this poor cockatoo. He clearly looks bored in the cage. He looks like he's desperate to escape. More intelligent birds, like parrots, need a variety of toys in their enclosures to keep them happy and distracted. Wooden toys, like these, help trim down the bird's beak, while metal and plastic toys last the longest. We place our birds' things high up in the cage, because birds are drawn to height. The perch on the upper right side is the one that he uses most because that's the highest in the cage. The toys are made of different types of wood. That's the bowl that we use for his vegetables. We use that bowl for his seeds. That's his water bowl. And that's the bowl for his pellets. We have different size ropes and perches. The different sizes help maintain his foot strength. At the bottom is a tray with bars over it. The bars help prevent him from playing with the newspapers. As you can see, it can slide in and out. There's also a shelf under the cage that we use to store his food. As you can see, the shelf is also wide, making it very convenient for us to use and store his things. Here are some mistakes to avoid when setting up your bird's cage for the first time. Buying a cage with a tray that doesn't have metal bars directly above it. If you buy a cage that lacks metal bars at the bottom over the tray, then you risk your bird going to the bottom of the tray and spreading the newspapers or bedding that is there. A bird that does this can also get dirty from touching its poop at the bottom. We put the newspapers on top of the bars so that our parrot can demonstrate this for you. Make sure that the cage that you like has bars at the bottom before making your purchase. Buying a cage with broken or rusty bars. Look out for broken or rusty bars by occasionally inspecting the cage's bars for cracks, rust, and wear. Broken bars can injure birds if they come into contact with them. This is why it's important to fix them or buy a new cage when necessary. Putting so many toys in a cage that a bird can barely move around. Cluttering the cage with many toys can stress the bird. Instead of putting many toys together, try to space them out so that your bird can comfortably move around without constantly bumping into the toys. Also, avoid cramming many birds together in a cage. Doing so is a disaster. It's a disaster because the birds can continue to bump into each other and maybe even fight each other to the point that they can be seriously injured. You can prevent this from happening by not buying so many birds or putting birds in separate cages. We hope that this video gave you a better understanding on how to set up your bird's cage in ways that your bird would love and enjoy. A cage that provides all the bird's essentials is a cage that a bird can thrive in for many years. If you have more ideas on setting up cages for birds, go ahead and comment below to let us know about those ideas and keep other people aware.